Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another show, Slinging Dirt Down Under. Tonight, joining us once again, Mr. Alan Rock. Welcome, Rocky.
Mate, where would I love to be on a Thursday night but here?
Well, that's it, mate. You know, a couple of days out from the Speedway meeting, or the day out from the Speedway meeting.
Yeah.
Double header going on.
We missed out a couple of weeks ago, and that was just weird, having a night off in the middle of a season, but not a rain out. I just don't ever remember that. So we're making up for it with 2 nights this weekend. It's going to be huge.
Yeah, it is going to be huge. And we've shortly on the show, once he gets home from indoor cricket, we'll have special guest Adrian Bassett on the show. He will be defending his Tasmanian title this weekend in the AMCA, so stay tuned. We'll have him on the show real shortly. But to start with, Rocky, let's have a look at some results from the weekend from the Gulf Western and Independent Oils Raceway.
Results from the weekend. All right, let's start with the 6 shooters. Harley Croft from Tiffany Frankham and Ethan Cole. In the AMCAs, it was Adrian Jones from Nick Taylor and Anthony Wagg. In the Streeties B main, it was Jaden Atkinson from Nigel Apted and David Summers. Now, Nigel left bits on the track. Now, he often leaves doors on the track. He's kept the doors on in the last couple of meetings, but because he loves leaving stuff on the track, he thought, what else can I leave? So he left a piston.
Oh, yeah, he did left
quite
a few.
Around. So his race was pretty much, that's it. It's all over.
Yep.
Bad luck. But then Luke Weaver, massive props to Luke Weaver. He goes, mate, I didn't make the A, mate.
Yep.
You've asked around for a car, take mine. So Big Nine started at the back, kept the doors on Luke's car, so Luke's got to be happy with that.
Yep.
I think he finished up about 5th or 6th.
He reckons?
But the winner of that was Ben Riley from Brad Current and Stephen Harvey. And what a cracking race Current and Riley put on. And it's hard to believe Ben Riley's been there and thereabouts in the last 15, 16 years on straight stocks easily, and has never won a state title.
Yeah, I thought,
until
that's
Saturday night. I found that hard to believe.
Yeah, I find that hard to believe too. And Nathan Russell, he shame on, well, not shame, but bad luck to Nathan, you know. He led most of the race, half the race just about, and was pretty much settled out in front, and then he had issues with the motor, which sent him to the infield, which left it really for Ben and Brad, like there was no one else sort of anywhere near him in the end.
Yeah. And in the sprinters, the fabulous Kings of Wings, Lachlan Robbins from Adam Garwood and Tony Glasner. Now in the junior sedans, it was Callum Alexander from Mia Moore and Ryan Wagg in the New Stars. In the Top Stars, if you wrote down the results in the program, there was a bit of after-race shenanigans.
Yep, there was.
There are some shenanigans that are good and some that are not so good. This one wasn't so good because first and second were eliminated. New first place went to Hunter Simpson from Brooklyn Thompson, Brock Colgrave, Cole McGuinness in 4th, and Angus Mancy in 5th. But huge props to the junior crew.
Yep.
They set up the Ryder Cup. Stridey came up with the idea. It's the 20th anniversary of juniors. We should do something special. Bart Simpson. Bart Frank. Well, he looks a bit like, he sounds like Bart Simpson, doesn't he?
He does a little bit sometimes.
In fact, if he rang you wouldn't know the difference. But there you go. He got on the blower, and people are thinking they're talking to someone famous in Bart Simpson. It was actually Bart Beasley.
Yep.
And sponsors came out of the woodwork.
Yeah, they did.
Were fantastic. And of course, juniors can't get prize money, but they had some fantastic prizes instead.
Yep.
And even parents got some vouchers and some really cool stuff. So well done to the junior category. And the thing I love about juniors, it's the future of our sport.
Yeah, it is.
And they listed, leading up to it, how many juniors had not just stayed in racing, but gone on and won state and national championships out of junior sedans in Tassie. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, and I was also talking to some, I can't remember who I was talking to in the pits on the weekend, but apparently Dewey Ryder's, is it son or daughter? Son. He might be the first father-son driver combination to go from juniors to senior drivers, and then his son will jump in. So he might be the first one to ever do that. So that could be history in the making too in the next year or so.
Yeah, that'd be super cool. That'd be as cool as liquid nitrogen. Yeah. But the amazing thing is, he's 7.
Yep.
we don't have sub-junior carts here in Tassie, and he's
No,
like,
unfortunately.
and he's like, on the weekend he's in the commentary box, Dewey's having a chat with Australia, and he's going, how do we go about getting this, you know? Hook us up.
Yep, no, that's it. And also on the weekend we had the carts too, Rocky. Did you get results for them? I've got some written down.
Yeah, we certainly did. I've got to find my program, and I do love the programs there. They're fantastic. In the 125s, it was James Dillon from Kurt Tyler and Lockie Hopkins. In the seniors, Marcus Gale, current state champ from Jaden Bryan and Max Blackberry. And in the juniors, Cruiser Harris, he got up the little mini missile from Bentley Hines and Jed Hopkins. So well done, lads.
Young Cruz.
And the carts, they did a bit of track work before the finals, which was good. Just didn't quite make it another group. A few went up there and didn't quite pan out, but they're going in the right direction. And it's affordable motorsport and a great bunch of people. So we've both been involved, having a chin wag to the carts and the karting crew, just ripping people. Yeah, fantastic fun, and it's affordable.
It's a great starting point for anyone that wants to get onto the big track, you know, starting carts and work your way up. And, you know,
well, I did look at a junior sedan that's up for sale, and it's a fantastic sedan. And take nothing away from Jack, 18 grand gets you into a highly competitive car that's, you know, it's at the front runner here in Tassie all the time and also on the mainland. But then you look at a Speedway dirt cart, fully set up senior, for 3 grand. Chalk and cheese, two totally different categories, but you know, one's quite cost effective.
Yep, for sure. And Jack Pearce finished off in juniors this weekend. It was his last week in juniors. He's now going to be too old to race junior sedans anymore after this meeting. So a big congratulations to Jack, because he has pretty much not dominated but been up there in the top 3 cars for the last God knows how many years, and I can't wait to see what he steps into next. I have been told what he's going to step into next, but we'll keep that under wraps because I don't know whether the family actually wants that brought out. But I know he's getting into
Can I say?
a lot of horsepower that he's going to have underneath his right foot, let's put it that way.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
To see how he
I was amazed that his mum Annie said, yeah, I'll go in the passenger seat of the bomber with you, Jack.
A bit more horsepower than a bomber.
Oh, no. He's going to have a bomber with all 6 cylinders running.
So that opens the door for someone else to fill his shoes now, you know, and the car he has up for sale is a highly competitive car here in Tasmania.
Fantastic.
Yep, so if anyone wanted to get into the division and have a really competitive car from the word go, Jack Pearce's junior sedan would definitely be a good buy. So, and it is up for sale at the moment. I think they got 17 grand on it, or around that mark.
Yeah, let's go up a little bit, 18.
18 grand, but I'm not sure what that comes with. I did see it up for sale, but I'm not sure exactly what all that comes with, but it is a very highly competitive car. And him and young Minahan and a couple of the others, they've had some good old battles up the front of the junior sedans in the top stars over the last 2 years, and honestly, like it's stood the test of time, that car, and it's a big shame to see him leave the juniors. But unfortunately, once you get to 16 years of age,
17
is it? 17. I thought it was 16. Well, there you go.
You can still race at 16 as soon as you're 17. You're out the back.
Yeah, right. Well, there you go. Learn something new every day. I honestly thought it was 16, but anyway, So, best of luck with your future, Jack, and we hope it all goes well for you in the future. Right,
yeah, we certainly do.
So, Claver View. We'll go to Claver View to start with. We have some meetings we're going to announce. We wasn't going to do the 21st of March at Latrobe, but now it is on the calendar. So to finish our season off at Claver View in Tasmania, we've got this weekend at Carrick, the double header. We then have the 14th of March in Hobart, I think it is. Then the 21st of March is back at Latrobe, which was not scheduled in our calendar, but now it is. And then we have the 28th of March at Carrick, and then to finish off our Claver View for the season will be the 11th of March in Hobart. So we've still got a few events left for Claver View.
April.
Which is April, sorry, not March. So I've got March written down here. How stupid am I? But anyway,
that's April. All right, mate. Just remember, daylight savings will be OVE
Yeah, that's got to be close too. That's when everything starts getting really cold. Like, I don't like that. I'd rather daylight savings. I'm going to play golf for night time after work. So, but anyway, it is what it is.
Work.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I don't call it work because I enjoy it too much. But anyway. Well, we're off to this weekend, Cranes Combined Carrick Speedway, for the Tas Truck refinishing weekend. We have the
Tas Truck weekend.
Yeah. We have an AMCA title. We have an AMCA Cup. We have a Memorial weekend. We have a charity night. We have the Carrick Royal, the Carrick Cup, and also other big news this week. Joel Berkeley coming to Tasmania to race Brad Smith's late model, which is going to be a big eye-opener for him, I would say.
Well, I think it'll be an eye-opener for a lot of people because we've spoken to Joel on the show. We've watched him race.
Yep.
He's just a dominant force.
Yeah.
When doesn't matter if he's in the right-hand side of the car or the left-hand side of the car, he understands weight transfer, how to get those things moving, and he gets up and hustles the car around the quarter-mile clay track.
Yeah, I don't think he'll have any issues with it, that's for sure. So for this weekend, Friday night, we've got modifieds, wingless, late models, AMCAs, production sedans. Gates open at 3, racing starts at 6. Now, for the modifieds, they've got a Memorial weekend. They're on both nights, Friday, Saturday night.
Yes. And a pole shuffle on the second night.
Yeah, right. Oh, I didn't know that. That'd be good. Yeah, that'd be awesome. That would be. The wingless sprints, they're on Friday and Saturday night as well. They've got a charity weekend. All their proceeds will go to Speak Up and Stay Chatty. So big congratulations to the wingless club for doing that once again. They do it every year, and it's always a big event.
Well, the significance this year, look, our sport has been touched with the sad loss of a couple of guys with mental health issues.
Yep.
And, it is the most important message I can say to anyone. Look, we all go through hard times.
Yep.
Some of us go through harder times than others. Nobody gets through life unscathed. But if you are struggling, hit up someone like Speak Up, Stay Chatty. You don't have to talk to someone if you're a bit embarrassed about it, talking to one of your mates, but you can call the guys and girls at Speak Up, Stay Chatty. You can call them at Lifeline, at Mindspot.
Yep.
There's so many organisations out there. You don't have to do it alone.
No, definitely don't have
to. Please reach out to someone. And I think it's wonderful that the wingless crew are supporting Speak Up, Stay Chatty. Mitch, who set it up, he lost his brother to mental health, and so I don't want to see anyone else go through what I went through.
No.
Amazing if you get to ever go to a dinner and listen to him speak. He's just a brilliant keynote speaker.
Yeah, like I said, hats off to the wingless sprints for doing that. It's an awesome event, and I think a lot of them look forward to it every year. So,
I certainly do. What's your thoughts on 40 laps in the six-shooters for the Carrick Royale brought to us by Blue Horizons? Trudy and the crew at Blue Horizons. Well, Trudy at Blue Horizons.
Yep.
She's just awesome, human, and she does an amazing job. And Blue Horizons clothing, look them up.
40 laps.
Fantastic.
40 laps is a long way for Tassie 6. It'd be interesting to see if they can actually go the 40 laps, like will they actually get through? I've heard a few little people were a bit worried about their fuel tank sizes, but I won't mention names, but there is a few out there. And another big question is, can Harley Croft be beaten? I think someone should, out there in our land, should put up some money and make Harley to start a lap down at the rear of the field and see if he can win it. I reckon that'd be an eye-opener. That'd be great to watch, because at the moment, the way Harley's...
he's got the pace to do
it. Yeah, he definitely has. And honestly, he has dominated Tassie 6 racing this year in Tasmania, so he is going to be so hard to beat for that 40 laps. It'd be great to see someone up there.
3 from 3 in the Bombers.
Yep.
So he won his last 3 state titles in Bombers. And then he stepped into Tassie Sixes and he won the last 3 of those. So, the guy's a winning machine.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to seeing what he moves into next if he keeps that 3x3 thing going.
Yeah, it'd be good to see how he goes. And, there are other names out there that can match it with him on their night. And it'd be good to see that happening on the weekend. Tiffany Frankham, she's got to be due for a win. I'm
Well,
not
she won the
sure.
Will Lockwood Memorial, which
Yep.
was a great event.
Yep.
And,
Young Izzy should have to be up there with a chance. She's due. Like, she's been going great guns this season, leaps and bounds. So, you know,
she's got no fear.
no.
She's just pedal to the floor and send it.
Yeah, there's a few others out there as well. I'm not sure on the entrance. I know there's 12 to 13 cars that are needed, so that's not a bad field for Tassie Sixers. And,
I hope to get 15, but a dozen cars
Yep.
going around for 40 laps, that's going to be epic.
Yeah, and we've got some major sponsors. There's 40 lap sponsors. I'm not going to read them out because we'll be here for ages, but I will put them
We'll
up.
be here until the gates open.
Yeah, but I will put them up.
Because it's over 3 pages.
Yeah, it's 3 pages. And you know, like, there's some great names on there. So all the lap sponsors will be mentioned on the Saturday night. So we will get them a mention out there, and we will put them up on the screen as we do on the show tonight as well. So you'll probably see them down the bottom of the screen or somewhere on the screen here, just so we can get them out there. But a big shout out to all the lap sponsors. Like, without them, you know, events like this can't go ahead. And a big shout out to Blue Horizons Tasmania, Trudy. Absolute hats off to you, love. Like, you do such a great job, not only with your business, but, you know, on the ticket gate at Carrick all the time. She puts the time, because it's voluntary there at Cranes Combine Carrick Speedway. So for them to put their hands up and say, yep, we'll help out, like, great job.
Yeah.
Like, can't thank her enough for what she does. And the AMCA's rookie, we've got the state title on the Friday night, and then the Carrick Cup on the Saturday night. We'll have Adrian on the show quite soon. We're just about to get hold of him and bring him onto the show. But who's your pick? Like, AMCA's have got closer and closer and closer now. All those 350 Chevs up the front. Adrian Jones, Nick Taylor, Matty Graham, Adrian Bassett, Wags, Anthony Wags.
Yeah.
It has been so close between them 4 or 5 drivers all season. It is not going to be an easy task for Adrian to go back to back to back.
No. Look, he was unbeaten for quite some time, and then, you know, once that little prop got through the gate,
Yep.
Taylor got that win early. You know, there's been a couple of other feature winners, and it was the first time that I can recall Adrian not finishing on the podium at the weekend.
Yep. No, it was very surprised him to be finished back there in 4th, but you know, it just goes to show AMCA races are really starting to catch him now, and like I said, it's going to be hard for him to. You're going to have a good run of heats, that's for sure. You know.
Yeah.
To get through that A main and win it on the Friday night. And like I said, gates open at 3, racing at 6 p.m. Normally starts at 5 p.m. at Carrick, but Friday night is 6 p.m. for all those people out there that went on the website. The website said 5. I have guaranteed touch base with the promoters of the track, and it is definitely 6 p.m. on Friday night. And on Saturday night, gates will open at 3 again, and racing will start at 5 p.m. on the Saturday night. So do yourself a favour, get to the track. Like, honestly, this is going to be a great event. Like I said, you've got Memorial Weekend for the modifieds, Charity Night for the wingless, Carrick Royal 40 lapper for the Tassie Sixers, the Carrick Cup on the Saturday night for AMCA's. Friday night you got the AMCA state title, and Joel Berkeley driving the late model all weekend, and the production sedans are back on Friday night too at Carrick too, which is good to see them getting another run. Hopefully their numbers keep building with the production sedans, and they increase their numbers over the next coming years. But good to see them back.
There's a bit more interest in the division. They've now got their own Facebook page, and that'll be worthwhile keeping an eye on. Keen to have this chat with Ado. Let's get him on.
Yeah, for sure. Righto. We'll have a bit of a quick message from one of our sponsors, and we'll be back with Adrian Bassett, people. So stick with us. We'll be back soon. All right, up next is our special guest tonight, Mr. Adrian Bassett. Welcome, Adrian.
Thanks for having me.
How was indoor cricket, mate? Had a good win, or did we have a loss?
No, we're just there for the social side of things, mate. Have a laugh, work up a sweat, and have a good time with the boys.
That's excellent. Righto, Rocky, over to you, mate.
A good way to keep fit, you reckon?
Yeah, great way to keep fit. Good for hand-eye coordination, depth perception, all of that. And it's just fun. So why not?
Yeah.
And good aerobic fitness. So all the sort of things that have come in handy on Friday night to defend the state title. How do you reckon you go? Let's get straight to the chase.
I love Carrick. It's a home track, and I want to, as always, I want to finish the final. I want to be up the front somewhere, and doing well. These mainlanders coming over, they definitely pose a real challenge, though, for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
So who have we got coming over that you see as the massive threats?
Well, you've got three-time Australian champion Matt Hardy coming down, so that's his stats
to go all right, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's always there. So, and then Shane Newstead, another veteran who's always at the front and had another great Australian title at Lismore this year. So,
yeah, and so plus
both of them.
And plus all our Tassie boys, a couple of seasons ago he was unbeaten, Adrian, and this year the Tassie boys have, Matty Graham, Nick, Adrian Jones, they've all pulled you back that little bit.
Nick Taylor in the Campy chassis, and Anthony Wagg in the brand new Panther. Of course, Adrian Jones has had a couple of wins this season. Matty Graham had a big crash at the Trobe on the weekend, but I hear he's making some serious upgrades, so I'm sure he'll be back up the front.
Yeah.
And sadly, Hannah Burford, I spoke to Hannah afterwards, taken to the hospital for observation.
Yep.
She thanked the crash crews, and she's looking forward to coming back too.
Yeah.
It was a nasty leg.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think she'll have it ready for this weekend. But
no.
Righto. Yep. Someone needs to offer her a car, then get her out there.
Well, that's the best I've seen her going. She was like running a solid second.
Yep.
And had serious pace on, just a racing incident. That concertina effect. You have a little tap and then into another car, and the rest is, as they say, history.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't take much contact when you travel at those sorts of speeds, and everyone's chasing for those inches. So like you said, just unfortunate for everyone involved.
Yeah, it certainly was. And look, the thing is, you haven't got any slower. I've been looking at the lap times over the last couple of years. From when you were dominating, you running pretty much the same lap times, but slightly faster. It's just that gap. Everybody's come up now with better gear and changing their driving styles, and it's certainly making a race of it.
It's made qualifying so much more important. You can't drop a heat, you can't have a bad race, you can't make a mistake, basically, and for the better of the division, really, that everyone's taken that step up, and all other states have got the same thing as well. So it's just heading in a good, solid racing direction.
Yep. And numbers are going really well in Tassie too at the moment. A bit of a controversial question. I'm going to have to ask this. Are the 253s a thing of the past?
Like you said, controversial.
Yep.
Probably the argument against that would be Brooksy, the legend in Tasmania. He was able to put pressure on people anywhere he raced in Australia, and he ran a 253. Rowan Blair, a two-time Tasmanian champion, also 253, put pressure on chevs all over Australia when he raced on the mainland. I don't think so. Maybe value for money.
Yep.
Is where the chevs have them covered. We can just go and buy Australia One level engine straight off the shelf for probably cheaper than what we can buy an Australia One version of a 253 built motor.
Yep.
I think they have their place. Absolutely. I think they have their place in the division, and I don't think 253s will ever go away. They're just, they'll just rise and fall with the flows of the cars that are coming in and out of the division.
Yep. So do you think that they probably should do what late models have done. They've got a crate motor category and an open motor category. Do you think that'd make it better for the slower 253s? Because like you've got to look at the results this year. Apart from I know you're talking about the drivers that have drived in the past, but if you look at the results this year, it's all been 350 Chevs. Like the 253s just aren't up to what the 350 Chevs are here in Tassie at the moment.
Yeah. It's probably a reflection on the way that the front running drivers have all gone and got new packages. And if you're getting a new package, then you're going to go for the cheapest engine option, because you're spending the money on a brand new car and you're going to put the newest gear in it. I agree that we sort of do have a race within a race with the 253s, definitely, and I'm a big supporter of that. I think it's great having blokes, whether they're in the mid-pack, and they're still fighting for their own race. I don't think they need to run a separate category.
No.
I think a race within a race is great, and it helps the numbers too. There's no need to make a rule to outlaw them. People will find the path of least resistance, and it'll just
and most affordability too.
Yeah, it's just the path of least resistance. So they'll just go with it naturally.
Yep. No, and then 253s. They like I said, they're a cheaper engine option. They'll take a bit of a caning too. Like they're not the weakest engines out there. So it's good to see them actually still being in the division. Hopefully we can get a 253 out there that can start mixing it up with you 350 Chev boys, because that'd be good to see that again.
Coming from someone who runs a 350 Chev, I hope not. Hopefully they stay behind me.
Yeah. So who do you think your biggest opposition will be out there this week, Adrian? Apart from Matt Hardy, we've got a couple of good drivers here in Tasmania that are quite capable. Who's your main? Because you're Tas 1, you're going to have a target on your back, of course. Who's your main opposition? Do you think?
Yeah, it could be anyone, but obviously the people who are in probably the top 5 in the championship would have to be the top favourites from Tassie.
Yep.
Your Nick Taylors, Adrian Jones, Anthony Wagg, and maybe a roughie with the 253 would be our sprint car champion who's out there racing with us, Nick Penno.
Yep.
So if he can, I know he nominated, whether he can make it out or whether it's Nick Anderson in the car, but that car's it's been winning heats, so you never know. Bit of a dark horse maybe.
Yep.
And then he's a hell of a peddler.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, he's not scared, that's for sure. Definitely not scared at all. Like, if you can wheel a sprint car like he can, you won't have any issues with an AMCA.
Well, hopefully Nick can make it out.
Yep. And how many rounds of heats have we got this weekend in the title, Adrian?
I believe we have 3 rounds of 3.
Yep.
So the title would be grid, draw reverse, and fastest to the rear.
Yeah, right. Yep.
And that'll be split into 3. So there'll be sort of 3 rounds of that.
Yep. There wouldn't be enough. Is there enough numbers for a B main, or are we just going straight to the A main?
I don't reckon we'll have a B main. I reckon we'll go straight to the A main with 20 qualifying. And if I have a bad run and didn't happen to qualify in the top 20, being that I'm the champion, I get the 21st slot if I need it.
Yep.
Hopefully that's not a problem. Hopefully I'm on pole and just sail away.
Well, this would be number 3, wouldn't it, if you win this one? 3 in a row. Has anyone ever done that before?
Yep. So Brooksy actually, Daniel Brooks actually won 4 in a row.
Yeah, right. Yep. Yep. So you're chasing that record,
Legend has it, he's still got the car.
Yeah. I think he might still have a couple of cars hidden away. So, we'd love to have him back, but he's busy being a family man at the moment. But you never know.
You do never know.
Well, we did see him pit crewing over the mad month of monies for Mick Nicola Senior, so it's certainly still not lost to the Sport of Speedway.
Yeah, well, he's also good friends with Shane Newstead, so maybe we'll see him in the pits this weekend.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And how's AMCA's Nationals Australia looking, Adrian? We had a change of ownership in the off-season. How's things floating along with that? I know your dad's involved in that. How's things going with it all?
Yeah, so Dad's one of the 4 owners, along with Russ, Bretto, and Garth. From a racer's point of view, it's been positive. We've had to get a few things, promotional wise. We've been working really hard. Mick did a great job for all those years, and it was really just a handing over the baton and just trying to take it to the next level. We just had a very successful Oz title at Lismore, which I was lucky enough to get a drive in a Victorian car from Frank Theory. So shout out to Frank, and everyone said that they loved the title. It was great vibe and great racing and good show. It seems to be good racing all over Australia. With the social media promotion side of things, we're getting to see a lot of things that's happening in Central Queensland, North Queensland, Western Australia is starting to fire up as well.
Yeah,
so
right.
good things are happening all over Australia. So
That's
seems good.
Good to see the numbers growing, and Tasmanian numbers, they're huge down here. We've got great numbers in Tasmania, which is great to see. And like I said, it's going to be very hard to pick the winner this weekend. Very hard indeed.
Hopefully not.
Why? Who are you betting on?
Yeah.
You got to have that confidence to back yourself, don't you?
Yeah. Well, we'll try our best.
Yeah.
Grid draws play a big part in it, don't they?
Yeah, the fastest to the rear is the evener upper with titles.
Yep.
So hopefully we don't need that. Last year I was lucky enough. Timmy Reed and I had a good battle. Timmy wasn't unfortunately not able to come over this year, but yeah, we sort of went heat win for heat win, and we both qualified on the front row. So hopefully I can do something like that again this year.
Yeah. And I was at Carrick last night doing some work at the track, and they were already prepping the track. So big hats off to Carrick and all the boys up there that are doing all the work. The track actually looks pretty damn good, so I reckon it's going to be a good track this weekend. And
we've got a fair bit of water on it way back on Tuesday. Plenty of rain around the Carrick area, so.
And they always put on a good track, Carrick. There's no ifs, buts or whys about it. Every now and then they have a few little issues, but they're not scared to rework the track during the night, which is good.
That's the nature of racing on a dirt track surface. We used to have asphalt tracks, but even those changed throughout the night as the amount of rubber went down. The track would change, and you'd see the line would change depending on what classes were out on the track. So, track preparation is a big part of it.
Yep, definitely so. Any more mainland trips in order this year, Adrian, or are we just going to stay feet planted in Tassie for the rest of the season?
Well, you keep asking these controversial questions, Jamie. That'll be up to probably my wife and how much sweet talking I can do between now and the remaining titles around Australia. We've got a South Australian title and a Victorian title at Easter coming up, so. We'll see what magic I can work between now and then.
Yeah, right. You'll need to do some a lot of housework around the house, mate, to keep the wife happy.
Yeah, if anyone sees Mandy around the track this weekend, just tell her how much of a good idea it is that we travel a little bit more around the mainland and get to some of these other titles.
If only we knew somebody that could put an announcement over.
Oh, I wonder who can do that.
Maybe we could just quietly gang up on her and peer pressure works.
Awesome, man.
We'll ask Friday if you can put an announcement over.
Anyone in the commentary box will do.
That's up to you, Rocky. You're gonna have to come.
That's right. I get up there from time to time. Yeah.
And why do you like Carrick so much, Adrian? Like you said, that's your home track, and you like the track. Like why does it hold such a special place to you?
Well, it's 10 minutes down the road. I've done thousands of laps there over the last 13 or 14 years, and it just feels like home. You know, I set my car up for the home track, and then I use that as my base setup, and I base everything anywhere I go in Australia off that. I say, oh yeah, well this is like home, and I'll set it up to suit that, or this is nothing like home, so I'll change the setup. So yeah, no place like home.
No, that's it.
Yeah, now, you said Laura was part of the Bassett Brigade, the 3-car team. Any chance she's going to make a comeback?
I don't think so, Rocky. I think Laura's racing days are over, and yeah, she's a mum to 2 kids now, so I've got a niece and a nephew.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily stop her racing. I know she's got a couple of 10 legs, but as they're sort of getting a bit older, I thought she might start to get itchy feet.
I don't think so. I think whenever it's brought up, I think her racing days are behind, but that's all right. Well, we've got we've got Rocket still out there racing, and Laura and I are working on grandkids. I've got a couple of girls, and Laura's got a couple of kids, so maybe the next generation can come through and keep the 3rd generation rolling.
Nice.
Is there any rivalry between you and your dad out there? Does it get huffy and puffy between the two of you out on the racetrack, or do you just let him go if he's in front of you?
No, historically we've had some great rivalries. Lately, Dad had a couple of health issues, and he's had to sort of rebuild his racing this year, especially with building a new car. So I've probably had the better of him lately, but no, definitely a rivalry. And if he happens to beat me on the weekend, well, yeah, I'll definitely hear about it, that's for sure.
That's awesome. Awesome as. Before we go, Adrian, I know you can't do this by yourself. You've got sponsors and that out there you'd like to thank, I gather. Here's your chance to get out there, mate.
Yeah, can't do any of it without help of family, crew, and sponsors. So, yeah, shout out to Dad, Pop, Craig, Mandy. They're the ones that help me week in, week out with getting the car ready and, taking care of my life and my work so that I can spend time on the car. As far as sponsors go, my sponsors have been super loyal over the years, and I really appreciate it. I've got Regal Dry Cleaning, Black As Asphalt, Lumpy. I've got the Taylor family. I've got Taylor Motorsport Developments. They every year they just help out with whatever needs paying for. Straight Line Plastering, Amped Electrical's a big sponsor as well. He's got the nose cone. St Leonard's Tyres. Maybe I should just look over the balcony at who else we've got. Yeah. I mean, well, we've also got a great serious statewide sponsor this year with Launceston Mower and Chainsaws coming on board. So and for the division, that's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's awesome, man.
Yeah.
It's there's a lot of great supporters out there for AMCAs, which is good to see. And Launceston Mower and Chainsaws, they do so much for a speedway in Tasmania.
Yeah.
Like, hats off to them. Well, they do a great job. Stick with us, Adrian. We'll finish the show and we'll have a bit more of a yak, but we wish you the best of luck on the weekend, and we hope you can get your 3rd in a row and stir it up a bit more. I know it's going to be hard. There's a lot of cars out there that can win this one. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be hard, but best of luck on the weekend, and we hope you can bring it home, mate.
Thanks, mate.
All right, thanks for joining us tonight, everyone. Thanks, Rocky. We'll see you at the track on Friday night. Don't forget, everyone, gates open at 3, racing at 6 on Friday night. Gates open at 3 and racing from 5 on Saturday night. And do yourself a favour, get to the track and support your local because you really should be there. It's going to be a great weekend. But if you can't...
As if your old friend Darryl Eastlake used to say, it's going to be huge!
It's going to be huge. But if you can't get there, make sure you look up Claverview because we've got televisation for this weekend as well. So thanks, everyone, and we'll see you all next week.